Life for us abroad, for us Africans or Ugandans, I'm a Ugandan, so I'll speak from my own perspective, but I also know a lot of Africans who are going through similar problems. Life for us abroad is not easy. It's not easy because we are far from our cultures, we are far from our families. Some of us who have got families abroad, if you came when you are older in age, um, you have a lot of root, a lot of connection that you have down there. For me, I came abroad when I was a little child, so I grew up here, but I still feel that big disconnect. I feel that big disconnect, and it's also difficult because it doesn't get easier the older you get. It gets harder. You are more drawn to coming back home to your roots. Something in Africa that is pulling us back, Africans, that is pulling us back. And I wanted to talk about a topic that I themed coming closer to God, because I feel that Wabiranga, if you are living abroad as an African, as a Ugandan African, you have a very busy lifestyle. You have a very busy lifestyle. You're working, you're studying, you're living here. You have a lot of responsibilities back home. And it's very difficult to keep a relationship with God and keep coming back to God as you would in your weekly basis at home. Because that is like the culture, the custom. You go to church and then you interact with the church on a weekly basis, and you hear the word on a daily basis because you hear the preachings on, you hear it on TV, watch it on TV, you hear it on the radio, and now on social media. Whereas here it's not the case. You're living in a different culture, different customs, different languages, people's different way of thinking or functioning, completely different from your own nature as an African. So I want to talk to you about two scriptures here, that because life abroad for us is very difficult. We face a lot of racism, a lot of hate. So it's important for us to have God in our lives so that we can combat those difficulties that we face. The scripture is that I want to read first is James 4 verse 8. I have a screen here that I'm reading on because it's easier for me that way rather than looking down. James chapter 4 verse 8 says, "Draw near to God and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded." Because we are far from him, and when we call out, he hears us, but he wants us to constantly be in a relationship with him. So although we have a busy lifestyle, we still have to have time for him, a few moments in a day to read the word, to fellowship with others. And right now social media is very um it's not, I'm not going to say trending, but it's very a big part of our lives, so that we can find help, we can find a way to connect with our God in our native language, because that's the best route to get to him, because that's the best way to understand him best. I mean, you can also understand him in the language that I'm speaking to if you're an African or Ugandan. Now you don't speak Luganda, but the one I want to talk about was coming closer to God. There's another scripture here, Psalms 145 verse 18. "The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth." He's waiting. He's waiting to come to embrace us. We just have to reach out and start the relationship. I hope this helps somebody. If you are watching this video and you like it, leave a comment, like it, and share it with others. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.